Welcome back to our Rapid Chess series. We just crossed 1400 last game, hoping to continue on winning. So far in the series, we've played a lot of games, probably around 40 at this point, and we have won all of them except for one. So series has gone well. Our opponent takes on d4 and then trades the knights, plays knight c3 to defend that knight. So need to come up with a plan here. I think that e6 is probably the one option. Another would be d6 and then maybe look to fianchetto our bishop. If I play e6, he might just have e5, so I actually do think I want to go with d6 here to discourage that move. Still playable maybe, then he can trade the queens. I lose castling rights. I will be up a pawn in that position though, so probably not worth it for our opponent to go for e5 immediately, but we'll check after the game, see if there's any venom to that move. So rough plan is probably to play g6, bishop, g7, and then castles. We'll see what our opponent plays though. I think a move like bishop, g5 looks pretty natural to me, but we will have to wait and see. All right, that is what our opponent goes for. That does make g6 a little bit less appealing. So instead, how do I want to play this? I could go for a move like e5. These pawns might be a little bit weak if I do that. I actually don't love my position. I could also drop my knight back. That seems like a decent move as well. I already feel like I've slightly misplayed this, but hopefully that's okay. Let's go h6. Let's see if our opponent takes, or if he pushes back. So he does take. If I play e takes, which is what I'm going to do, these pawns might be a little bit of an issue. They're isolated there in the middle of the board. G takes doesn't look right though. So let's go for this. I think he's probably looking to long castle here. Definitely going to be interested in looking back at this game. I think I've played the opening incorrectly. Played a little bit of a weird line by our opponent, and I'm just going to look to trade off the bishops, hopefully undouble my pawns. He doesn't go for that. He's definitely looking to long castle here. So I might want to anticipate that and get my rook on the open b file. Okay, that doesn't look great for our opponent. So what if I start with, if I go here, he might have long castles, and that way I can't take the bishop because my queen hangs in that line. I can go here though, which attacks the knight. So let's see what he goes for. Defends. If I go for this now, takes, that doesn't quite work. If he were the castle now, I do have that to win the pawn there. Let's get my bishop out. He ends up castling short. So now let's swing my queen over. I may castle short as well. Okay, now he trades bishop. My pawns are undoubled, but I do kind of have a weak king, especially along these light squares. Okay, that's a good move. I'm trying to see what I should play here. I probably just ought to castle. So let's go for that. We're sacking. Both these pawns are available for capture. Go here. Okay, another good move by our opponent. This holds everything together though. He's not able to take that pawn because the knight hangs. Okay, now I can take the pawn. He can take that pawn. But I think this is starting to be kind of progress. Now I have this move. That doesn't quite work because then he takes the pawn and defends c2. If I play there though, he can jump the knight in, which I don't like. Can I play there first? That doesn't quite work. I could consider tripling up. That pawn hangs though, so if I go there, he goes there. Unfortunately, that pawn is just a goner. So maybe I do this to prevent the knight from jumping forward. This pawn does die, so I'm gonna be down 2 pawns, so not ideal, but maybe necessary. Okay, I like the look of that. Now we can play something like this. And we're definitely worse here, so we might just have to start throwing pawns forward. I just don't like this knight infiltration. I unfortunately have a terrible bishop right now. It doesn't have a whole lot of prospects for I think we just go for it. If we get checkmated, we get checkmated. Okay, it's a clever sacrifice. I don't know how good it is for him. I take, obviously he takes. I mean, I can just ignore the knight. This knight doesn't have any great jumps into the position. Takes, 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 takes. Yeah, that's probably a good move for him. So, good find there. I do like the idea of rerouting the knight anyways, though. Okay. Let's get the bishop along this diagonal. If I play there, he has that. Maybe. Let's go for it. I just want to keep opening things up and cause some chaos in the position. Oh, I'm only down to 45 seconds left. I didn't even realize how low on time I was. So that's also really not good. I need to pay closer attention to the clock. Okay, great find there. That's probably gonna do it for me. I had to play quick there. Oh, that hangs my queen. All right, that will do it. We can take a quick look at the game. I think I started that game off not doing great, so let's see where I went wrong. So we played the Sicilian. This is all fine. It likes e5 already. That move makes 0 sense to me. That just gives away a pawn. So let's play that out just to see it. Oh, I guess it doesn't just give away a pawn. That wins a knight. So that's actually a good trick. Something worth knowing in this position. The e5 is actually the best move. A6 would have been good. Knight c6 also perfectly fine, which is what I play. He takes, and then knight f6 is what I play, best move. Takes, b takes is best. And e5 here should have been the move. So a little bit counterintuitive, not a move you play a lot in closed Sicilian, but good to know. So I'm doing fine here though. This is all fine. Looks like bishop e7 is going to be better than bishop c6 there, so that's not great, but I'm not doing terrible here. Looks like I actually have the slightest advantage, and then Where do things go south? This is okay. And then bishop f6 would have been strong here. Oh yeah, pinning the bishop to the knight. How does he defend against that? You can take there, and then bring the bishop back, go f4, brings the rook over, f3, g3, and then, yeah, I'm just trying to get my queen in there. How does he defend this? Oh, I guess he has to bring that over, bring his rook over, and then I just start throwing this pawn down the board, and it gets to a pretty crazy position. So brings his knight back, I take, f takes, f2, almost sacrificing, rook stops, and then, whoa, the killer move, rook b4. Looks like it's just sacrificing a rook for nothing. Queen h3. Can't he just take this? Rook takes, knight takes. Oh, that's checkmate, okay. Crazy line. Anyways, obviously didn't see all that, and I'm just doing much worse here. I tried fighting back, got low on time without even realizing it, and then hung my queen and resigned. So, sorry for the less than stellar game, but thank you for watching.